This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Nah, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done.
Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that.
Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Good morning. Happy WrestleMania Day. And Roll Tribe ICC family. A special hello to those that are watching here on the Co-Lin Facebook page as well, as we're getting set for Game 1 between your number 14 ICC Indians and your number 9 Co-Lin Wolves. Let's take a break. Or excuse me, let's take you to the field
as we honor America
and take you for the playing of the National Anthem. Well, it's a new day. Yes, it is, as we get set here for Game 1 between ICC
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do softball.
Co-Lin, and once again, do welcome here on Let's Go ICCTV.com, the red channel, and a special hello to those that are watching on the Facebook page here for Co-Lin. Well, today is Game 1 between ICC and Co-Lin as ICC comes into the contest 21-8-1, 11-1 overall in conference play. Co-Lin 18-5, 7-3 inside conference play as well. Let's take a look at today's Coca-Cola starting lineups, and let's start with your ICC Lady Indians. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination, and Coach Andy Kurt hopes he's got that winning combination put together here for the Indians. Leading things off will be the shortstop, Maddie Miney. Batting second and playing second will be Rachel Stradisha. Catching and batting third will be Samantha Conley. Batting in the fourth spot will be the third baseman, Summer Kreider. The DP this afternoon will be Macy Cox. Casey Carpenter will be playing first. She'll be batting sixth. Batting seventh will be Jessica Davis, number 9. She's playing in right field. Ellie Miney playing in left field. She'll be batting eighth. And in center field will be Hope Harbin. She'll be batting in the 9 spot. For ICC, it'll be Olivia Burns inside the circle. And now the starters here for Co-Lin. It'll be Callie Fortenberry leading things off. She's playing in center field. Marley Poole will be at first base. Hannah Walls will be the shortstop. Julie Schumarin will be the catcher. Harmony Ashley will be the DP. Delaney McMillan will be at second. Carly Polk will be in right field. Caitlin Heyman will be in left field. And Tori Pettit will be batting ninth at third base. Caitlin Ward will get the start here inside the circle for Co-Lin. As we talked about, the records coming into the overall records, that's all good. But today is all that matters is these division games. ICC 11-1. Inside conference play, Co-Lin 7-3. So this could be a series where there's a little separation or maybe some catching up after the end of the day. So we're waiting the First American National Bank opening pitch. It'll be Maddie Miney to lead things off here for the Indians. Maddie awaiting the First American National Bank opening pitch here from Ward. As Ward toes the rubber. Of course, you'll see the infield pretty well. Nothing to right field. Left field and center field is the case there. The First American National Bank opening pitch coming your way at 11:03. It's an 11:03 First American National Bank opening pitch. Follow the flag to First American National Bank. That pitch goes for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Maddie Miney. Miney stands in, takes that pitch in, also missing for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here to Miney. Miney, Stradisha, and Conley all due up here in the top of the first inning. As Miney leads us off, so obviously no score in the contest, top of the first. So Ward falling behind the count, 2-0. There's a shot right back up the middle. It's going to go for a base hit. A great job there by Maddie Miney to start things off on a positive note there for the Indians. A leadoff single, and now that's going to bring up Rachel Stradisha. Take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. For those watching on letsgoicctv.com/red, a solid hit returned to sender by Miney, and now with no outs and a runner on first, this is going to be Rachel Stradisha. Shout out to our PA guy, one of the few people that have gotten her last name right this year. So Stradisha will dig in with a runner at first base. Corners in on the left side. Now shows bunt coming charging in. And they're going to call that pitch across for a strike. So 0-1 is the count here to Stradisha. Well, you saw the shift being put on that time as the corners come charging in. Second baseman becomes the first baseman. So that leaves a pretty big gap if she can get something much like we saw out of Miney in her first at bat. So 0-1 is the count now here to Rachel Stradisha. Ward in the circle. No score, no outs, top of the first. Rach awaiting the pitch, checks her swing, takes it high. 1-1 now goes the count. 1 ball, 1 strike is the situation here on Rachel Stradisha. We do welcome all those that are tuning in this afternoon. Of course, this game was originally scheduled for Saturday. Mother Nature had other plans, and kudos to the grounds crew or the people that were involved in getting the field ready for today's game. There was a lot of rain, some scheduled for later in the day, so we're hoping that we can get these in without Mother Nature interfering. That's going to be a bunt laid down. It's going to be a fair ball. Throw down is in time, and so that will go for a sacrifice bunt from Rachel Stradisha. Nearly an infield single, just a great throw that time. Got her by a step. And so that sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. They meet Monday nights at 7:07, Wednesdays at lunch. All they ask is you bring $2 and a friend, and why not treat your friend to lunch and worship? Bring $2 for them as well. That's the ICC BSU. Now up is going to be Samantha Conley with a runner on second and 1 out after that sacrifice bunt by Rachel Stradisha. Pitch is in the dirt. Nice job blocking it up that time by Schurman. I do apologize to all the Co-Lin fans that may be listening. I'll try to catch her name over the PA as she comes to bat to make sure I'm saying that remotely close to right. As that pitch falls short, 1-0 now is the count. Wind's picking up. It's blowing out of the park. The flag is actually kind of wrapped around the pole, so it'll be interesting to see a high fly ball today, how much that wind plays in factor. Conley looks at that pitch across the letters for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to Samantha Conley. Samantha catching. She took 2 games off against Delta. They wanted her to be rested for this top 15 tussle this afternoon in Wesson. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner on second. No score here in the top of the first. Conley awaiting the pitch. Looks at that one, outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Well, it's going to be hard to angle or kind of debate angles from this point as we're up and looking down on the plate from the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Find out how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College by visiting iccms.edu. So 2-1 is the count here on Samantha Conley. Conley rips one over the head of the shortstop, and this could score a run here. They're going to ask Monty to turn third. The throw home is not in time. A big-time play there for the Indians as they strike first, and Samantha Conley had the wherewithal to hustle and end up on second, so that'll go for a single. She'll advance on the throw, but it does drive in the run, and ICC picks up the first run of the game. Well, both these teams, they could put runs on the board, so you know whenever you got a chance to score, you got to take advantage of those opportunities. ICC did just that there, and they lead it now 1-0 on an RBI single by Samantha Conley. And now up is going to be Summer Kreider. 1-0 is your score, 1 out and a runner on second. Kreider takes a look at that first pitch, paints the corner for a strike. Good job that time by Ward to come back and fill up the strike zone after giving up a hit there. It went over the head of the shortstop. She did everything she could to get to it, just about a foot too tall for her to get to. It got to the outfield. Miney's got really good speed in that leadoff position, and she scored the run. Kreider pops this one back out of play over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Dr. Jan Reed Bunch, Jim Ingram, and Tilda Bushlund always doing a great job for a very important role at ICC by raising money for scholarships, building funds, and many, many more things. Once again, visit iccms.edu for more information on how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College. 0-2 count coming, and good-looking pitch there. No idea where that one missed. I was ready to call that strike 3, so Summer Kreider catches a break there. 1-2 now is the count, so a tough break for Co-Lin. So Ward will dig back in. This is the 4th batter of the inning for the Indians. Kreider smokes one but rips it foul. Well, good luck hunting that one down as it went deep into the woods as it hit the road in between the tree line and the ballpark, and it hit and hopped in a hurry. So 1-2 stays the count here. Overcast day, winds blowing at times, but you got trees in behind the outfield that kind of helps knock down a lot of that wind. 1-2 is the count here. Kreider lays back, holds off on the changeup that fell off the table a little early. Conley nearly took off to third. Great job blocking that one up that time by the catcher from Co-Lin to keep that one in front of her and keep the runner at second. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here in the top of the first. ICC with a 1-0 lead. I tell you what, folks, this is an electric atmosphere around the ballpark. These two teams were fired up during their warm-ups, and the crowds come in, and they've followed suit here as well. 2-2 pitch coming. Lifts high, and now the count goes full at 3-2. Good at bat here by Kreider, to be able to force the count to go full after falling behind 0-2 on the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on second. ICC already leading this one 1-0 here in the top of the first. Ward awaiting getting ready to pitch. Kreider pops this one up. Is it going to get back and out of play? Yes, it will. And so she'll live to see another day. That's about the 3rd or 4th foul ball that Kreider has fouled off here in this at-bat. So a good battle between Ward and Kreider. Who's going to win it? So Kreider will dig back in here for the Indians. 1-0 your score. Runner at second with 1 out here in the top of the first. Waiting the pitch from Ward. Taking her time. And there's ball 4. Great at bat that time on the part of Summer Kreider. Fell behind in the count 0-2. Fouled all 4 or 5 pitches. Was able to find a way to win the battle there and draw the walk. We're going to have a quick meeting on the mound here, or meeting in the circle, I should say. So we'll hear a quick word from Little Caesars and be back with more. ICC leads it 1-0, top of the first.
Celebrate outrageous amounts of toppings with Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest. With the most cheese and now with the most toppings at the nation's best price. Create your favorite pizza starting at $6. Pay, then express pickup at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
And welcome back after that brief meeting in the circle. Shout out to the PA guy here at Co-Lin. I was at Southwest yesterday with baseball, telling me that the catcher's last name is Sherman, Julie Sherman. And she's done a pretty good job behind the plate. And she's had to do a little bit of work here early to keep the ball in front of her. So after that walk, now there's runners on first and second for the Indians. 1 out, and this is going to be the DP, Macy Cox, coming to the plate here for the Indians. So Cox will await the pitch. And that pitch across for a strike. As we said, we're not at a good angle, not behind the plate to be able to kind of judge strikes. So we'll try to get a feel for what the umpire's calling. And right now it seems like he likes them up more than he likes them down in the strike zone. So we'll see if that stays true when ICC comes to the circle. 0-1 is the count here to Macy Cox. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Wind starting to blow from foul pole to foul pole, right to left. That pitch just missing outside. And now the count goes 1-1. Well, they say to be the man, you got to beat the man. And that's what ICC is looking to do this afternoon. As Co-Lin ranked number 9, ICC ranked number 14 in the country, trying to climb up that ladder here. Is that pitch across for a strike? 1-2 now is the count here to Macy Cox. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Runners on first and second here for the Indians. Casey Carpenter on deck. 1-2 pitch to Cox coming. Macy rips one, and this one's going to be pulled foul. That one looked like it had some legs that time, but just about 1.5 feet foul down the line as Cox was ahead of that one. So a good pitch by Ward, but the count stays 1-2 here with 1 out. Runners on first and second. 1-0 is your score here in the top of the first. ICC got an RBI single from Samantha Conley. She advanced to second on the throw as Maddie Miney, who started the game with a single right back up the middle, scored the run. That is your Sonic of Fulton scoring update. So Ward's pitch coming is high. 2-2 now is the count. Well, if you joined us yesterday, you saw ICC split with Southwest. It was a walk-off error in the bottom of the 7th that gave Southwest a 3-2 win in Game 2. Tip of the hat to Southwest. Matthews Graves pitched an outstanding game against the Indians. As there's a changeup, Cox waited on it but fouls it back. 2-2 stays the count. The Indians won the first game of the day 12-1 in 8 innings. Southwest didn't hang their head. They battled, and found a way to win. The Indians left only cashed in on 1 run with bases loaded to tie the ball game with no outs in the 6th. Just could not get anything else going there. So the 2-2 pitch coming. There's a ground ball. Third baseman's going to step on the bag. They've got a chance to turn 2. The throw, however, is going to be in the dirt, so that will be a fielder's choice as that will retire Conley. And that goes 5 unassisted over at third base. So now with 2 outs in the inning, this is going to be Casey Carpenter coming to the plate. Casey playing first base this afternoon, trying to see if she can spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians. We saw it yesterday in the baseball games. 2-out hitting played big in Game 2 for Southwest. All 3 of their runs coming with 2 outs in the innings in that upset win over the Indians. So ICC trying to find some 2-out hitting of their own here early on. This pitch fouled back and, just missing a vehicle behind us. Kind of got to be a little brave to park around the ballpark here, as the Indians have already fouled off a lot of pitches, so they're having to go to the dugout to get an extra ball here. And during that time, they're going to take the opportunity to Sherman to speak to Ward about something she might have saw in that previous pitch. So 0-1 is the count here on Casey Carpenter. On deck is Jessica Davis. The Indians would love to see her in this inning. However, Co-Lin wants to see her start the top of the second. So 0-1 is the count here to Casey Carpenter. That pitch drifting high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to Carpenter. 1-0 is your score. Top of the first inning. There's 2 outs. Runners on first and second here for the Indians. Ward taking her time. She works methodically in the circle, not working with purpose or in a hurry. And there's a shot, and it's pulled foul. Actually gets in the Co-Lin dugout, just gets over the netting there. Luckily did not hit anybody, as that goes for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Co-Lin looking for the exit. ICC looking to spark a 2-out rally here in the top of the first. 1-0 Indians with the lead. This is Casey Carpenter awaiting the pitch here from Ward. That pitch outside. Not a bad spot to miss on the part of Ward, as she's got her to be ahead of a couple of pitches, late on another one. Tried to see if you couldn't get her to chase one out of the zone, but a good eye on the part of Carpenter that time. And evens up the count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild with runners on first and second here in the top of the first inning. 1-0 ICC with the lead. Waiting the pitch here from Ward. And there's strike 3, and Carpenter knew it as she started walking away from the plate. A good pitch there from Ward to end the inning as she gets a Renaissance Bank strikeout to end the top of the first. ICC scores 2 runs, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors, including Kegel Eye Center. As we'll take a break, we'll be back with more right after this. ICC leads it 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Kegel of Kegel Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Kegel Eye Center in Fulton.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Kegel Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. Like real comfort food.
I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in!
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos chili pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move to the bottom of the first inning. Fortenberry, Poole, and Walls due up here for Co-Lin. They trail 1-0 after an RBI single from Samantha Conley that scored Maddie Miney in the top half of the first. Well, as we talked about, a big matchup this afternoon here in Weston. Thank you for joining us here on Let'sGoICCTV.com/red. And as well as those that are watching on the Co-Lin system as well. I believe they're on Facebook and maybe on their live stream channel at the same time. Lucas is at church. He plays instruments at the church. He'll be back later on this afternoon. More than happy to help out Lucas and Natalie and all the great folks here at Co-Lin this afternoon. So Fortenberry, Callie Fortenberry at the plate. Takes a look at that first pitch, missing for a ball. Fortenberry playing in center field. Take a look at the infield. The left side is in. Second baseman kind of mid-level, I should say. Olivia Burns in the circle. Another good-looking pitch as Conley holding tight on that one, and the umpire saying that it was a little bit too far outside to the left. Two good-looking pitches back-to-back there, but as we said, he did not give that same pitch to Co-Lin in the first half, so it's one of those you kind of got to adjust here. And that ball is going to miss low for ball 3, so a good job by Fortenberry being patient to start the contest here and hold off on those 3 pitches, especially those first 2, because those are some borderline pitches that went the way of the Wolves. 1-0 is your score, bottom of the first inning. And there's a pitch across for a strike. 3-1 now is the count here on Fortenberry. Olivia Burns in the circle. She's been the Game 1 starter all season. For the most part, except maybe 1 or 2 games this year during non-conference play. She was the number 2 pitcher behind Southern Miss signee Bailey Springfield last year. And there's ball 4. So a leadoff walk issued to Fortenberry, and some really good look pitches there early on, so Burns is going to have to adjust. She likes to work that outside corner on left-handed batters and just could not quite find the zone that the umpire is looking for. So a leadoff walk, and now this will be Marley Poole coming to the plate. Marley playing over at first base here in Game 1. I keep saying afternoon. Well, it's not afternoon. It's in the morning, a early morning tilt here between ICC and Co-Lin. Of course, these games were scheduled for yesterday. Mother Nature had different ideas, so having to move it to today. That pitch across for a strike here on Poole. Runner at first. There's no outs. ICC started the top part of the inning with a single by Maddie Miney. Co-Lin returned serve with a walk to start the bottom half of the inning. 1-0 is your score. ICC with the lead here in Game 1. Change up, falls off the table a little too soon. Throw down is in time. Samantha Conley says no, sir. Or no, ma'am, I should say, as they throw that one across. Now the coaches want to come out and talk this one over. Let's take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay here. The runner got a good jump. The throw, yeah, it was there. So got her on a bang-bang play there by inches. And now they're going to refer to home in that situation. So we'll see if the play stands. I don't know how they're going to be able to overturn this. This was a pretty tough bang-bang play. And the umpire called it with authority, and they're going to stay with it. So let's look at that one more time here. On the Little Caesars instant replay, remind you that the fastest pizza in Itawamba County just got faster thanks to the new Little Caesars app, as that's going to be 2-4 on the putout of Fortenberry. And that pitch missing for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to Marley Poole, as she is still at the bat right now here for Co-Lin. There's a shot. It's lifted right side. Going to have to hurry, and it's going to be a foul ball down the line. That was close, as Jessica Davis was giving chase, just could not quite get to it enough. Now, anything hit to the right side of the field, you're going to have to take my word on it, because a very unique angle here, but I do like it. You get a good view of the complete infield. Just kind of lose track of anything down the line or in right field. So that goes for nothing but a strike there. 1-2 is, or 2-2 is the count. So waiting the 2-2 pitch. This one popped up and foul. And I tell you what, somebody's going to be busy today chasing these foul balls down. That's at least the 6th or 7th foul ball of the game already. And we're only in the bottom of the first inning with 1 out. So the count will stay, I believe, 2-2 here. I guess whenever the umpire doesn't show the count, then that means it's right. So that pitch drifts high. Now the count goes full at 3-2. Good eye on the part of Marley Poole that time to hold off on that one. Now 3-2 is the count. 1 out. Nobody on after Fortenberry was caught trying to steal. This pitch foul back. Nice job finding a piece of that rise ball that time on the part of Poole to foul it off and keep the at-bat alive here. 3-2 stays the count. It's Hannah Walls on deck for the Wolves. One out, nobody on here. Bottom of the first, ICC with a 1-0 lead. Pitch coming. This one popped up on the infield. Olivia Burns calling everyone off and will squeeze it for the putout for out number 2. So F1 on the putout there for anybody scoring at home, and now this will be the shortstop. Hannah Walls coming to the plate. Hannah spelled with a AH at the end, as she will come to the plate and try to spark a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the first.
Number 3, Hannah Walls.
WrestleMania weekend. This time last year I was in New Orleans, not making the trip up to New Jersey, but my buddy Brandon Speck is up there, and he is sending me pictures and text and all sorts of whatnots to let me know that he's there and I'm not. Thanks a lot, buddy. No place I'd rather be than here at Wesson, Mississippi, with the ICC Indians and the Co-Lin Wolves taking on each other here in this top 15 matchup. This pitch popped up right side. It's going to get out of play as Casey Carpenter gives chase, and that's going to go for a strike. So 1-1 now is the count. Remind you, if you're away from your computer, you can keep up with the game today or all of ICC athletics by following us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. Hey, hit us up. Let us know you're watching. Co-Lin fans, do the same thing. We'd like to know if you're watching as well. This pitch fouled back out of play over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. For more information, visit iccms.edu. So 1-2 now is the count, as the Indians trying to get a unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning here. This pitch coming, fly ball center field. Harbin drifts back, floating over, and will squeeze it for the out. Well, a good pitch to get a routine fly ball to center field to Hope Harbin to end the inning. So no runs, so no hits, no errors. And thanks to Sam Conley, nobody left on base. We'll take a break and come back with more right after this on Let's Go ICC TV. And let's hear a word from our friends at the PTK in Tupelo. 1-0 ICC with the lead after 1.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
And welcome back as Ward takes her final warm-up toss here as we get set to head to the top of the second inning. For ICC, it'll be Jessica Davis, Ellie Miney, and Hope Harbin. The 7, 8, 9 batters due up here in the top of the second. So ICC played it a run in the top of the first on an RBI single by Samantha Conley. So Davis getting set to start it off here. A lot of time in between innings here, as we typically can only get in a minute commercial. I might try to squeeze in some extra commercials this afternoon for our sponsors, as that was almost a solid minute and a half, 2 minutes that I could have got in there. Changeup falls off the table a little bit too soon for Jessica Davis, who is playing in right field this afternoon. Davis will start us off here with ICC leading 1-0. It's Caitlin Ward in the circle here. Infield at regular depth. Outfield playing her straight away, a little bit tucked in more than favoring the lines. As Davis hits a grounder, shortstop, routine play here. Runs over and gets her just in time on that one. ICC fans thought that she was safe there. 6-3 on the putout of Jessica Davis. Good job by Hannah Walls, as that was a bang-bang play and got her just as she put the foot, before she put the foot on the base.
Left fielder, number 1, Ellie Miney.
as Walls did a good job because she almost, with her throwing arm, almost came up and was interfered with by the third baseman, had the wherewithal to not pay attention to that as the third baseman did a good job of getting out of the way and allowing the throw that time. And a bang-bang play as gets it by Davis by an inch. And Ellie Miney is going to lift one. It's going to go over the head of the second baseman. Swinging on the first pitch she sees, and Ellie with a single for the Indians. So the Miney twins each have a single this afternoon, and that comes with one out in the inning, and this is going to be Hope Harbin coming to the plate now. She is playing in center field. Hope had a hot bat against East Central, had 2 triples in one game as she bounced a couple of fly balls off the wall out there at East Central. So Harbin will dig in. Shows bunt, pops it back for strike one. Well, a good crowd out at the ballpark. Good Co-Lin crew coming out. You see a lot of blue at the ballpark. Also right below us here in the broadcast booth, you see a lot of red from the ICC faithful. So we imagine that the crowd will continue to fill in as church lets out this afternoon. And we hope that if you couldn't make the trip, you are enjoying the broadcast here, both on the ICC and Co-Lin Sports Networks. So 0-1 is the count here to Hope Harbin after that foul ball. Corners of the infield coming in tight. Now Hope draws back, swings on it. And it's going to be a liner out to center field. Tried to make the diving catch, could not make it. That's going to go for a hit for Hope Harbin. One of those that was in no man's land. A tough play for Fortenberry out there. As she come up and couldn't tell if it was going to carry or if it was kind of knifing away from her. She made the diving effort. Great effort, just could not come up with the play. And so back-to-back hits now for the Indians. And this will be Maddie Miney at the plate. Maddie singled and scored in the top of the first. An opportunity here for the Indians to build on their 1-0 lead in the top of the second. Well, I jokingly call Maddie, well, now I call her the mediocre twin because she used to call her the evil twin as a running joke. Ellie Miney, her sister, when I first, and this is a story for Co-Lin people, ICC have heard me told this before, but you've got Maddie and Ellie Miney. They're both twin sisters, not identical. You can tell them apart. But I jokingly called Maddie Ellie the first time I met her. And Maddie and Ellie, both extremely polite kids, just politely looked at me. She goes, no, I'm not Ellie. And so is that pitch missing for a ball? So when she told me she's not Ellie, so that's what I started calling her, not Ellie. So we had not Ellie and Ellie. But it is Maddie Miney at the plate here. And as time has progressed, I would jokingly call Maddie the evil twin and Ellie the sweet, or the perfect twin, just to aggravate her as that pitch across for a strike. As now the count goes 2-1. That's the joys of our job as sports information directors. We get to know these kids on not only a level of student athletes, but some of the times a personal level as well, and you get to develop those friendships, and that's what we've got here, but not only with just the Miney twins, but with all of our players here at ICC. Is that pitch missing outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to not Ellie. Or excuse me, now 3-1 is the count. 1-0 is your score. So Maddie awaiting the pitch here from Ward. There's a ground ball. Second baseman's got it. A chance to turn two here. They're going to tag the runner. Look at first, but could not get it. So that'll be a fielder's choice. 4 unassisted for those of you that's scoring at home. And then now you've got runners on the corners here with 2 outs, and Rachel Sternisha coming to the plate. Again, I don't know if very many people still score ball games when they come to it. It's kind of a lost art. One thing that I do, obviously during games, but if I go to any MLB games or any college games, it's just ingrained in me. And that's one thing I do encourage fans to kind of learn. It's a lost art, but it's a great way to learn the game and see how well you know it compared to maybe what you might see a major league game score as an error or a hit. So if you get a chance, you can look it up on YouTube, find out how to score a baseball or a softball game, and it just adds to your experience at the ballpark. As that pitch high, runner's going to go. The throw down is not in time, and then the run is going to score. So they deked him into a throw, and ICC plates another run. So let's go back and look at that again as Maddie Miney gets the stolen base. She slid and kind of stuck, but was able to get around the tag, and as soon as the throw was down, that allowed Ellie to sprint home, and ICC leads it now 2-0. So time is taken here. Rachel Stranicia at the plate. 2-0 now, ICC with the lead. Nearly threw her out as the ball was just a little slow getting there. And Stranicia stands in and takes that pitch for a strike, evens up the count now at 1-1. 2-0 is your score. Not a stolen base, however, for Ellie Miney, as she went on the throw. If they would have went at the same time, then it would have been a double steal. So 1-1 now is the count with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Stranicia at the plate. Looks at that pitch, and a great pitch out of the hand of Ward to come back and make it a 1-2 situation here on Rachel Stranicia. If Rachel were to reach, then it would be Samantha Conley on deck next for the Indians. So 1-2 is the count. Ward taking her time. Now ready to deliver. Stranicia pops this one up, back, and it's going to get out of play. And that one will not get into the woods. It will actually stay on the road. There's a young fan that's going to chase that one down and help out the Wolves getting that foul ball. That's 2-0 now. 2-0 is the score. 1-2 is the count here on Rachel Stranicia. The Wolves looking for the exit here in the top of the first. ICC looking for a 2-out hit. That pitch missing outside. Not a bad spot to miss that time, as it drifted just a little bit outside for the umpire's liking. 2-2 now is the count. Good eye on the part of Stranicia to hold off on that borderline pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runner at second. We're in the top of the second. ICC leading 2-0 here in game 1 at Co-Lin. Stranicia lifts one, left side. Left fielder's going to go back near the line and will squeeze it for the out. So that will do it, but the Indians once again put 1 run on the board on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll move to the bottom of the second. Before we do that, we're going to hear a word from our sponsors. And let's hear from Renaissance Bank as we'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef. No, corn-fed. On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce. Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done.
Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
And welcome back. As I said, a lot more time than we're used to between innings here, as that's good for the sponsors, though, as we're able to get in an extra sponsor. And we do appreciate those sponsors, and why don't you show them some appreciation as well? And no better way to say thank you for sponsoring ICC Athletics here on the ICC Sports Network by going and spend a little bit of money with them. Now, of course, I'm off sodas right now, but I am drinking Dasani water. That is a Coke product. And we do appreciate the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works to being a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. Fly ball, left side. It's going to be a foul ball. And then it's going to be squeezed for the first out of the inning. That was Julie Sherman, as that was Ellie Miney going out and making the play for out number 1. And now this is going to be the DP, Harmony Ashley, coming to the plate. So Ashley with 1 out and nobody on, 1 pitch and 1 out. That's what you like if you're Olivia Burns. As we're in the bottom of the second, 2-0, ICC with the lead. A changeup that hangs up from Burns for ball 1. Again, we do say a special hello to those that are watching on Co-Lin's live stream. Lucas is at church, but plugging into our play-by-play today, so hopefully you're enjoying that there. And I'll try to show some love for you as well as that pitch across for a strike. And when Samantha Conley went back to throw the ball back, she actually come up and hit the umpire in the face with the ball, and she just quickly said, "My bad." He says, "No, that's on me. I was a little too close." So that pitch goes for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. That pitch just missing inside, and as we said, that umpire just does not like that inside corner, and he has not given that to either pitcher yet. So that's all you ask for out of an umpire is consistency, and so far we've gotten this behind the plate here in Game 1. So 2-1 now is the count. That pitch, a breaking pitch, missing once again on that inside corner. 3-1 now. So right now, if you're Olivia, you just got to kind of figure out, okay, I see what he's not giving me. Let's see what he will give me. And so we'll see if she'll be able to come back and find the strike zone here on this 3-1 offering. There's a slow roller, ground ball. Burns gets it, throws over in time. Good job by Olivia Burns defending her position that time. That was a tough play as it was in no man's land between her and Summer Kreider. Burns quickly hustled over, scooped it up, and made a quick throw to first for the second out of the inning. So now this will be the number 6 batter, Delaney.
Second baseman number 10, Delaney McMillan.
Delaney McMillan. I want to make sure I got that first name right. It is Delaney McMillan. She's batting in the second spot. Delaney's a name you don't see that often anymore, and the reason why I say that, I had, she wasn't my aunt, but you know in the South everybody's your aunt, but I had an Aunt Delaney. So that's what I made me think of that and how unique of a name that is. I like the name myself, to be honest with you. As that pitch missing low for a ball, 2-0 now is the count here to McMillan. McMillan playing at second base. She had a put out in the second inning. The Indians were able to push across another run after a stolen base allowed Ellie Miney to scamper home on the throw. This pitch lifted, trouble. It's just going to be shallow center field. Hope Harbin, though, charging in. It says, "Gore, I'm faster than you know," as she makes that look routine there in shallow center field. A 3-up, 3-down inning for the Wolves. We played 2, and ICC leads it 2-0. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's going to be the 3, 4, 5 batters due up for ICC. Samantha Conley, Summer Kreider, and Macy Cox. Don't go anywhere, folks, as let's hear a word from the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as Have a little bit of delay in the game here right now. Don't know if there's somebody in the dugout trying to get out or what, as they were ready to go and kept looking back towards the dugout. Now the coach is going to come out and talk to the home plate umpire in this situation. 2-0 is your score. ICC with the lead after an RBI single from Samantha Conley in the first. Yeah, there it is. We're just waiting for someone to come out of the dugout and get ready to play here. So that might have been the shortstop. That was a little slow on getting out as the throw down is there, and we'll be ready to start the top of the third inning. But let's go back and look at this scoring recap being brought to you by our friends at Sonic. And I tell you what, folks, a cherry limeade would be amazing right now from our friends at Sonic. So if anybody back in Fulton is listening, want to make that drive down here to Co-Lin and bring me one. Brother Chris has done it before. Would not hurt my feelings again. It might be a little melted by the time you get here, though. But either way it goes, here's your Sonic scoring recap. In the top of the first, it was an RBI single that scored Maddie Miney from Samantha Conley, who is at the plate now. And then the Indians, it was a stolen base by Maddie Miney. The throw was not in time, and that allowed her sister, Ellie Miney, to come home and score in the second. So the Indians have put one run in the top of the first and another in the top of the second. So for ICC, the 3-4-5 batters are due up, and Conley takes that pitch for a strike. So 0-1 is the count here to Samantha Conley. She had, as we talked about, that RBI single in her previous at-bat. No RBI opportunity here, that is, unless she puts it out of the ballpark. So 0-1 is the count. That pitch inside, nearly hitting Conley that time. Evens the count now at 1-1. Well, remind you, at the conclusion of this game, about 20 minutes between the two, we'll be back in action here on the Red Channel, as well as the Co-Lin live stream for those that are watching in favor of the Wolves this afternoon. So you want to be sure and tune in for game two. We got a long way before we get there, though, as that pitch missing outside. And again, he does not like that left side or a borderline pitches so far on that side of the plate, and has been consistent through 2 innings, and staying true to that strike zone here in the top of the third. A little deep in right field. There's a dribbler, and bounces off the glove of the pitcher. Going to throw over, and the throw is going to be an error. And that's going to allow Conley to sprint to second. The throw is not in time. So it was a hard hit ball back to the pitcher. She was able to find it and then just airmail the throw. And so that will go down as an error, E1 on the play, that allows Conley to get from first to second. The throw was nearly in time. As the ball took a friendly hop for Co-Lin, the throw was not there as Conley slid in safely. And so now with no outs and a runner on second, this is going to be Summer Kreider coming to the plate. Summer walked in her previous at-bat, but she was left stranded. She was left stranded in scoring position as the Indians left 2 stranded on in the first. So that pitch across for a strike to Summer Kreider. Now Summer's got some pop in her bat. She leads the team in home runs this year. But ICC not really a home run hitting style team. They're one of those that play some small ball, force you to make some mental errors, and then just bang out hit after hit. So they manufacture runs, is what I'm trying to say in that situation. Kreider at the plate, showing bunt. 0-1 is the count. Pulls back and swings on it. Pops it up on the infield. Shortstop will go over and squeeze it for the out. A long run that time on the part of Wall. She was able to find it in shallow left field for out number 1.
Number 30, Macy.
So now this will bring Macy Cox to the plate with a runner on second and 1 out. Macy reached on a fielder's choice. She was left stranded back in the first inning, trying to make up for it here. 2-0 is your score. We're in the top of the third inning here in game 1 between ICC and Co-Lin. Cloudy afternoon, but not a bad afternoon, as there's a nice breeze blowing through the ballpark as that pitch missing high for a ball. Speaking of the breeze, the flag is waving basically maybe a little bit out towards left center, more towards the scoreboard, if you will. Then it shifts, blowing almost dead out. So the wind kind of trying to make up its mind what it wants to do as it's blowing in from the first base dugout over towards the scoreboard. And there's a check swing, fouls it back. 1-1 now is the count. Well, good job coming in on the hands that time on the part of Ward. Got that foul ball on the check swing for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And a runner on second, that's Samantha Conley, who reached on an error. As we said, a hard-hit line drive. It was played nicely by Ward to knock it down. Just the throw was over the head of the first baseman. So the 1-1 pitch here to Macy Cox. Looks at that one outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Well, more fans coming into the ballpark here, as we said. We imagine they'll continue to do so as the day progresses and more people get out of work. We do appreciate you for joining us here either on the ICC Sports Network or the Co-Lin streams on this Sunday almost afternoon, as it's still Sunday morning. As that pitch across for a strike, 2-2 now is the count. The First American National Bank opening pitch for Game 1 came at 11:03. It is now 11:52. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Pitch coming. Conley looks at that pitch, missing low and outside. 3-2 now is the count here to Macy Cox. It's Casey Carpenter on deck for the Indians. There is 1 out. Count now is full to Macy. Macy, a sophomore out of Troy, Tennessee. This one fouled back out of play. I know she's got family out in Virginia. They watch quite often, and we do appreciate her family that tunes in here to support Macy and the Indians. So 3-2 is the count. And that pitch missing for a ball, so that'll be a walk. Good at bat that time on the part of Macy Cox, fouling off a couple of pitches and finding a way to win the battle with that ball 4 call. And now, runners on first and second with 1 out. This is going to be Casey Carpenter. Carpenter struck out looking to end the first. Looking to redeem herself here in the top of the third. ICC leads it 2-0 here in Game 1. Carpenter had a home run in that Mississippi Delta series. ICC, I believe, had 3 home runs, including a grand slam from Joanna Vasquez. As that pitch, looked a little up, but called a ball, or excuse me, called a strike. Yeah, he likes pitches high. He does not like them low. And that's not a pitcher's friend if you have to work up in the zone, because that's going to get in the wheelhouse of a lot of these batters' power. So if you have to work up all day, you've got to be careful, because then you can get somebody that can run into a long ball. 0-1 is the count to Carpenter. Carpenter reaches up, fouls that one back and out of play. And that one's going to bounce and off the hood of a vehicle out there, but not hard enough to really do any damage. Don't worry, Tim Center, if you're watching back in Fulton, it is not an ICC vehicle that is parked back there, so you're good. 0-2 now is the count here to Casey Carpenter. She's playing first base here in Game 1. Pretty much been her natural position all season long. 0-2 pitch coming. Carpenter fouls this one off. Keeps the at-bat alive here as the runners were going in that situation. It looks like ICC might have had a little bit of a hit-and-run situation brewing there. Carpenter fouled it off to keep the at-bat alive. So 0-2 is the count here to Casey Carpenter. Ward trying to find the second out of the inning here and see if she can get her second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Pitch coming, there's the liner, but foul. Oh, foul by a foot. If not, that could have possibly scored 2. Would have for sure scored 1. So a big-time break there for the Wolves. Wolves, there we go, that's the plural. And that one about a foot foul down the line there, so Carpenter's going to come back, and 0-2 stays the count. Golf going on over at Wolf Hollow. ICC golf team was 5th yesterday heading into today's final round. Being a former ICC golfer myself, wouldn't mind being on the links this afternoon. Change up, waited on it, popped it up in foul territory, and the catcher will make the play. A great pitch that time by Ward. It was a change up that forced Carpenter to reach low in the zone to go get it, popped it up, and that was Sherman that came up and finished off the play there for out number 2.
Jessica Davis.
And now this is going to be Jessica Davis coming to the plate. Traditional spelling of Jessica, Jessica, but she prefers to be called Jessica. So that's what she's always been called, and that's what I asked her if she wanted me to call her on the broadcast, and she said yes. Give a shout out to Tammy, that is Carrie Miney, as she's watching her nieces play online from Northwest Iowa. As that pitch across for a strike. So Tammy, thanks for tuning in here on the ICC Sports Network, as we'll plan our next broadcast on Tuesday against Holmes. That'll be right back here on the Red Channel, so we invite you to join us there. We'll be back in Fulton for that game on Tuesday, weather pending. Time taken here by the catcher. So, yeah, Tammy and Carrie, if you're watching as well, just know that not Ellie and Ellie are doing good today. They each haven't hit on the afternoon. Change up falls off the table a little bit too soon, but a nice job by Sherman to block that one up, making the runner stay put. Now, I'll say this, and you can't really see it on the live stream here, but there's a lot of real estate between the catcher and the backstop. So if the ball does get away, it will be an opportunity for runners to advance throughout the afternoon. We're almost in the afternoon. I keep saying afternoon. I'm used to calling afternoon games. This is a rare Sunday morning broadcast here of ICC softball. 2-1 is the count to Davis. That pitch high, 3-1 now. Goes the count here on the freshman out of East Webster High School. Of course, when we talk about East Webster, we got to talk about our former multiple All-American Mamie Hollandhead, a fan favorite during her 2 seasons here at ICC. As a matter of fact, still a fan favorite when she comes around and visits where she has the opportunity this season. There's going to be a meeting in the circle right now. So the umpire goes and breaks that one up. (3-1) is the count here on Jessica Davis. Runners on first and second here for the Indians. 2-0 is the lead for ICC. There is 2 outs in the inning. ICC looking for a 2-out hit here to extend the inning. Davis awaiting the 3-1 offering. Swings on this one. Fair ball down the line, and this is going to score a run. Samantha Conley will head home, and that's going to be a double for Jessica Davis. A big-time clutch hit there for the Indians, and ICC now takes a 3-0 lead. Clutch 2-out hit off the bat of Jessica Davis. Doubles in a run, as that was Samantha Conley who reached on an error, so that will be an unearned run that time. And ICC leads it now 3-0. Boy, that's what we talk about. In this level of play, teams that can get 2-out hits can really separate themselves from some of the other teams in the league, and that was a clutch 2-out hit there off the bat of Jessica Davis. 5th hit of the day for the Indians. And now up is going to be Ellie Miney. So 2 outs in the inning. Runners on second and third. This could be a big inning here for the Indians if they can come up with another 2-out hit. Miney looks at that pitch, missing low for a ball. She singled and scored a run back in the second. She scored when her twin sister Maddie stole second base. She came home after the throw, and that was in the second. 3-0 is your score. Runners on second and third here for Ellie Miney. Miney jumps out of the way of that one, and a rare strike called on that inside corner part of the plate there. As that one called a strike, 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at second, that's Jessica Davis. Runner at third, that's Macy Cox. 2 outs in the inning. ICC scored 1, looking for more. Trying to get a crooked letter on the board here in the top of the third. Change up, waited on it, popped it, but it's going to go foul.
Hey, nice pitch, 5. Nice pitch, 5.
Now the count 1-2 here on Ellie Miney. Miney playing in left field. She does have 1 put out on the afternoon defensively.
Come on, have fun.
Remind you, if you're ever away from the computer and cannot keep up with the game or watch it live here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, you can keep up with us on Twitter at Let'sGoICC. Don't forget Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook at Let'sGoICC. And then you can see highlights from today's games on our YouTube page. As there's a foul ball from Miney. That YouTube page, all you got to do is search Let's Go ICC. Hey, make sure you subscribe to the page while you're there. You can get all the latest updates and more there as we update videos. And I tell you what, I got a lot of updating to do after I get back to Fulton this afternoon. And the reason why I say tonight and this afternoon, because I got to go get my taxes done Monday. It has snuck up on me in a hurry here, and got to go do my due diligence. 1-2 is the count here to Miney. Looks at that pitch outside. 2-2 now is the count to Ellie. I used to call her not Ellie, just for the simple fact that I called her sister not Ellie, but I jokingly, and if Miss Carrie is listening, you may or may not know this, I jokingly pick on Maddie about being the favorite twin, so that's why Ellie's my favorite twin. And so I dropped the not part and just call her Ellie now. 2-2 is the count with 2 outs. This pitch lifted. Left fielder's going to come up and make the play for out number 3. So a fly ball out to left field, and that will end the inning. But the Indians do get 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom half of the 3rd inning. But before we do that, we're going to hear about the new 3-day weekend at ICC and be back with more right after this. ICC leads it 3-0.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we shift to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up here for Co-Lin. It'll be Polk leading us off. Stands in and takes that pitch inside for a ball. Olivia Burns kind of laughing that one off there. Hey, we talk about all the support that we've got around our ICC baseball, softball teams. Well, speaking of ICC baseball, got a text message from Coach Rick Collier. Him and his son Stone are tuned in here. And it hit her, but I guess he's going to say he stuck her elbow out to draw the contact. And 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. He never motioned, and she just looked back and walked away. That pitch across for a strike. So, yeah, shout out to Rick and Stone. You guys remember that name, Stone Collier. I've been watching this kid around a game of baseball since, oh, my goodness, probably since he's been a little one, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how old Stone is now, but it's been about 9 years. And there's strike 3. A Renaissance Bank strikeout as a curveball paints the corner there and gets Carly Polk looking at strike 3. That's the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. And Renaissance Bank, understanding you, RenaissanceBank.com, member FDIC. So now this is going to bring up Caitlin Heyman. So, yeah, go back and finish that point until I was so rudely interrupted by a strike 3 call. Stone Collier going to be the next big thing in the Collier family, who has a very, very proud tradition in baseball. They'll be back in action on Wednesday at Northeast. You can catch that game right here on the Red Channel. That pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 out here, as this is Caitlin Heyman, the number 8 batter. She's playing in left field. She's got a couple of putouts so far in the contest. Is that pitch coming? This one fouled back off the netting, and that'll be strike 2. 1-2 now goes the count here on Heyman. Not sure if she's kin to Paul Heyman, as it's WrestleMania weekend. Is that pitch? There's strike 3, another Renaissance Bank strikeout. Looks like Olivia Burns is maybe starting to figure out this strike zone. As we said, this umpire likes them up. And that one was up, but called strike 3. Hey, here's Mark Howard coming in with an interesting note on Twitter. Thank you, Mark, for letting me know this. This interesting note, Mamie Hollenhead, who we just talked about, was coached by Malia Howard, who was a former East Webster coach and now current coach here at Co-Lin. So there is your tie-in there with that reference to Mamie Hollenhead earlier. Thanks, Mark, for that note. So 0-1 is the count. So, yeah, so it's a possibility. I don't know how many years that Coach Howard has been here, but she may have coached Jessica Davis, who is a current member of the ICC softball team.
Come on, 1-2. Come on, 1-2.
As that pitch missing high, 1-1 now is the count. That would be whenever you have those little stars flying overhead. This shows my age as you get the more you know with today's broadcast. As that pitch in there for a strike. As we said, he has rarely called that inside corner. We saw it for Co-Lin the previous inning, and now that time for Olivia Burns. So the consistency has still been there today behind home plate, and that's all you can ask is consistently, even if they're inconsistent. As this pitch popped up, Casey Carpenter going over in foul territory and squeezes it for the out. So another 3-up, 3-down inning there for Co-Lin, highlighted by a pair of Renaissance Bank strikeouts. We've played 3 here in Weston, and ICC leads it 3-0. We'll take a break and be back with more. Let's hear a word from all of our sponsors. And then Renaissance Bank back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the top of the 4th inning. Adam Gore. Madison Haley's running Twitter today, so we appreciate Madison doing that for us. Of course, you can see her on Wednesdays with our What a Play Wednesday. And speaking of our What a Play Wednesday, we had one of the guys that was on our What a Play Wednesday a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even last week, Kyle Krieger, texting in, saying he's watching here, calls himself the Bomb Machine. Kyle, appreciate you texting in and watching this afternoon. I know you have a little bit of vested interest in the game here, so more viewers checking in here. We appreciate everybody that takes the time not only to tune in here on Let's Go ICC, but shows us a little bit of love and also supporting our athletic programs at ICC. We want to stay tuned Tuesday for a big announcement surrounding the ICC athletic program. We had one earlier in the year when we announced the retirement of Coach Nancy Gray and the hiring of assistant coach Robin Porter as the new women's coach. Is that first pitch to Hope Harbin across for a strike. So we're in the top of the 4th inning. ICC with a 3-0 lead here Number 9, Co-Lin. Number 14, ICC. Class of champions, if you will, in today's contest. As that pitch missing outside for a ball, 1-1 now is the count. So I've been giving shout-outs to some of the ICC faithful. We are patched into Co-Lin stream today. So if you're watching on the Co-Lin stream, hit me up on Twitter as well, at Let's Go ICC. Love to give you guys some love there as well. Of course, when we talk about the Co-Lin program here, is that ball missing for ball 2, 2-1 now is the count. And they're going to try to see if she went, and they appeal down to first, and she did not. So 2-1 stays the count here on Hope Harbin. But yeah, talking about the Co-Lin Sports Information Department, Natalie Davis, she is top notch. Lucas Culvert here as well. He'll be back later this afternoon. Lucas doing a great job as there's a liner down the line, but foul. Nice diving effort over there at third base by Tori Pettit. So yeah, Natalie and Lucas doing a great job here for everybody at Co-Lin, and I know you guys appreciate them just as much as the ICC family appreciates myself, Lee Adams, and Raphael Henry for all that they do here for y'all and your student athletes and your family members at Co-Lin. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs is the count now here on Hope Harbin, the number 9 batter. On deck is Maddie Miney, and in the hole is Rachel Sternisha. There you go, Kyle. 2-2 pitch. This one popped up. If it stays fair, it's trouble, but it will drift foul, and we'll stay at 2-2. Nice off-speed pitch that time by Ward. Hope tried to check up on it and just could not put that one in fair territory, but no damage done there as the count will stay 2-2. No outs as Hope is leading us off here. She's singled but was a race on her fielder's choice in her first at bat. That was back in the 2nd inning. So waiting the 2-2 pitch here. Harbin rips that one foul, and we'll stay at 2-2 today. Well, as we said, there's been a lot of foul balls this afternoon. These not getting out of the ballpark like they were in the first couple of innings. That's just a sign of these two pitchers being able to kind of just vary their speeds tremendously this afternoon. So 2-2 stays the count here on Harbin. Maddie Miney waiting her chance up next. Change up that hangs up. Now the count goes full at 3-2. Good eye that time and good patience on the part of Hope Harbin. Of course, a long weekend. We were with the baseball team yesterday at Southwest and sticking around for today's game at Co-Lin. Golf is actually playing just over the hill from us at Wolf Hollow here on the campus of Co-Lin as well. There's a line drive in. Oh, Coach Andy Kirk. What did you do to Hope that made her mad? As that was a screamer. And if Andy wasn't paying attention, that would have been a bad day. So Coach Kirk kind of walking that one off, clapping at Hope and saying, let's don't do that again. So Andy's going to back up a little bit. Reason why you got to have a head on a swivel out there. So the count will stay through 3-2 here on Hope Harbin. First batter, and she's gotten deep in the pitch count here on Caitlin Ward. There's a grounder, back to Ward. Nice job by Ward finding the way to win the battle there. 1-3 on the putout of Hope. And now with one out, we go back to the top of the lineup with Maddie Miney. Maddie 1 for 2 on the day. She singled, scored a run in the top of the first. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base that eventually led to a run scored by her twin sister, Ellie Miney. But she was left stranded over at second in the second. So she's going to try to spark the bats here for the Indians. So far, ICC has put they put 1 run on the board in all 3 innings so far. So Maddie will dig in and wait this pitch here from Ward. Showing bunt, pulls back, takes it high for a ball. You saw the infield quickly charge in, and I'll say this, if you don't watch the game of softball too often, 1, you're missing out, but 2, the defensive shifts. When players can slap hit, they can lay down a bunt. But I'll say this, you've got to be, as that pitch across for a strike, 1-1, to play third base, shortstop, and some of these players that can slap as strong as the women of the game have evolved over the year, you got to be a little south of crazy to come charging in on some of those plays. So much respect to those young ladies that do that out there. Is that pitch missing for ball 2? 2-1 is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike and 1 out. Nobody on here for the Indians. We're in the top of the 4th inning. ICC with a 1-0 lead. That pitch in there for a strike. Nice job that time by Ward to come back and find the strike zone, and even the count now at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. There's a shot, and it's going to go for a base hit. Maddie Miney comes up with a clutch hit, her second of the game, and that's a 1-out single. And a good job. Nice at bat that time. Just laid back, waited on the pitch, went with it, put it out there to center field. And so now with 1 out and a runner on first, this is going to bring up Rachel Sternisha. She is... Sternisha is 1-0 on the day with a sacrifice bunt. She flew out to left to end the second. So she'll dig in, awaiting the pitch here from Ward. Once again, Ward working methodically, and that's been her style all day today, is that pitch missing high for a ball. If that's what works for you, that's what works for you. Some pitchers like to get in a quicker, upper tempo type rhythm, and that has not been the case for Ward today. So 1 out, runner at first. That's Maddie Miney, who singled for the second time this afternoon. Rachel Sternisha at the plate. Runner goes. Throw is going to be away. It's going to get into the outfield. And so that'll be the second stolen base of the day for Maddie Miney. And now she moves into scoring position with 1 out. 1-1 is the count here. Yep, 1-1 is the count. 1 out in the inning. And that was after a nice play by Ward to defend the circle. Found a ground ball that was sharply hit, not hard hit, but sharply hit by Hope Harbin. Tossed it over to first for the first out. Then she was singled on out to center field by Maddie Miney, who just stole the base. And now with a 1-1 count to Rachel Sternisha, the Indians have a runner in scoring position. Sternisha looks at that pitch and kind of just drops her shoulders. But he called those for strike 3 in the previous inning. So you got to know that anything up that could be questionable today, you've got to go after those high pitches. So 1-2 now is the count here to Rachel Sternisha. Looking for her first hit on the afternoon. As a team, ICC with 6 hits. 1 double, that belongs to Jessica Davis. There's a shot, shortstop, booted it, tries to barehand it, and I'm going to give that a hit, as that was a hard hit ball that time. Had to reach across the body. Just could not find it off the glove, as that was just a rocket that time, if you will.
Number 11, Samantha Conley.
Sharply hit, and now the Indians with runners on the corners here, and this is going to be Samantha Conley. Sam. We'll dig in. Takes that pitch for a strike. And now the ball is going to get away on the throw, and that's going to be a throw home. And sliding in like Titus O'Neil, Maddie Miney gets another run on the board for the Indians, and ICC leads it now 4-0. So that'll be a stolen base for Sternisha. They tried to come up and cut off the throw, anticipating the run home. They did, but the ball deflected off her glove. And 0-1 now is the count. This pitch fouled off for strike 2. So the Indians once again put a run on the board here. They lead it 4-0. We're in the top of the 4th. 1 out. A runner at second. That's Rachel Sternisha, who singled and stole second base. There's a shot over the head of the second baseman. That's going to play another run, and this is going to go for extra bases for Sam. She's going to look at second, and that's going to be an RBI double there for Samantha Conley. Big time play there for the Indians as Sam gets her second hit of the day. Third straight hit for the Indians. An RBI double scores Rachel Sternisha. And the Indians, for the first time this afternoon, put a crooked letter on the board. Second run in the inning, and ICC leads it now 5-0. Summer Kreider to the plate now. 5-0 ICC with the lead. And Kreider trying to keep the merry-go-round spinning here for the Indians. Kreider stands in, takes that pitch for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here to Summer Kreider. She's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. She was left stranded in scoring position back in the first. Popped up to the shortstop for the first out of the third inning. So 0-1 is the count here to Kreider. This one lifted, put a charge into it, but foul. And you kind of course, you didn't see it on the broadcast here, but the way that ball was up in the air, it kind of danced around a little bit as the wind's starting to pick up in the ballpark. So you're starting to see a little bit of that issue that we were worried about. If the ball gets hit high enough today, gets above that tree line out there in right field, could cause some issues from the outfielders. So 0-2 is the count here to Kreider. Looks at that pitch outside. Not a bad spot to miss that time by Ward to see if you couldn't get her to chase one. Good eye on the part, however, of Summer Kreider to hold off. And 1-2 now is the count, with one out and a runner at second. That's Samantha Conley, who doubled to score Rachel Sternisha. ICC up 5-0. Kreider looks at that pitch low and outside for a ball. We got Kaylee Nelson's dad checking in on Twitter. Appreciate, or excuse me, that's Selena Nelson, my bad. Or yeah, it is. It says Kaylee Nelson's dad checking in as that pitch fouled back. Of course, we anticipate seeing Kaylee in Game 2 as she's typically the Game 2 starter. Had a nice outing against Mississippi Delta in her previous appearance. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Relaying some balls in here after another foul ball gets out of the parking lot. See my boy Peerless back there working hard. Feet kicked up on the seats in front of him. Of course, Peerless, one of the managers here for the softball team. 2-2 is the count here to Summer Kreider. She's playing third base this afternoon. Awaiting the 2-2 pitch here from Ward. There's a shot, but down the line and foul. Just ahead of that one. She could have found a way to get that one to trace down the line. It would have scored another run for the Indians. But nothing but an exciting hit, or not a hit, just an exciting play that time as the ball goes foul. And the count will stay 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. There is a runner at second base. Macy Cox is on deck for the Indians. Caitlin Ward looking for the exit here. See if she can, or excuse me, looking for the second out, I should say. There's a shot. This is going to be a liner out to the center fielder. She's going to step underneath it and reel that one in. Nicely done that time by Fortenberry out there in center field, as that was a tougher play than it looked like, as the ball was kind of up and down, if you will, on that flight out to center field. But she was able to run up and make 3 quick steps forward, reel it in, and had the wherewithal to zip it to second. But Samantha was able to get back without an issue. So now with 2 outs, this is going to be Macy Cox. She's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. She's been left stranded both at bats as that pitch missing for a ball. She reached on a fielder's choice back in the first. So 5-0 is your score. The Indians have put 2 runs on the board. One on an RBI double by Samantha Conley, and then it was a stolen base that allowed Maddie Miney to come home and score as Macy laid back, wait on that changeup. A beautiful pitch that time by Caitlin Ward. And here's the thing for those that might be tuning in for the first time, doesn't watch a lot of softball or doesn't get the experience to watch a lot of softball. When a pitcher has a changeup working and throwing for strikes in the game of softball, it makes things a nightmare. And it's a beautiful pitch because it's one of those coaches kind of wait to call at times. And if you can get it for a strike 3, man, nothing more pretty than that. So 1-1 is the count. Macy looks at that pitch, missing for a ball. again, those pitches low and outside is not what the umpire's looking for. He's a little bit up in the zone. I would say midway between the knees, maybe closer to the belt line of the batters, and then given a few inches above the letters as well. But consistency is the key to that statement. 2-1 is the count. Macy rips one up the middle, and it's going to get through for a base hit. They're going to ask Mike Conley to score. The throw home is not in time. And the Indians take a 6-0 lead. And that's going to be a single for Macy Cox. She advanced home on the throw, or excuse me, advanced to second on the throw. Sam looking like her daddy chugging around the bases there, as that's the third run of the inning for the Indians. They now take a 6-0 lead. And Coach Andy Kurt's going to call time here. And we're going to have a runner come in this situation, and judging by the chants from the dugout, it's going to be Lily Moore, and yes, it will. Lily Moore coming in to run in place of Macy Cox. Indians wanting to get another runner on the bags here. Because now, if they can plate 2 more runs and find a way to keep Co-Lin off the board here, they're thinking ending this thing early. And with the rain approaching later this afternoon, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. A 3 spot on the board here for the Indians so far in the 4th. Once again, 2 out hitting have been clutch for the Indians the previous 2 innings. Lily Moore now at second, replacing Macy Cox after that RBI single. This is Casey Carpenter at the plate. Casey rips one. It's out to the gap. This one has got a chance. Back to the wall. No, it's going to be off the wall. 1 run will score, and Casey will go in with a double. Another clutch hit there for the Indians. A double by Casey Carpenter, and the hit sticks have woke up here in the top of the 4th. The 4th run on the board, as that pushes Lily Moore home, and basically trading places with Lily as you see her crossing there. ICC leads it now 7-0. You hear the chop firing up from the dugout here as there's a meeting in the circle for Co-Lin. Looks like there's not going to be any changes made, and now this is going to be Jessica Davis coming to the plate. Looks like Andy's going to put in another runner in this situation. 4 runs so far here in the top of the 4th. So 4 for 27 in this situation coming into the game. This is going to be Landon Stoddard. Landon Stoddard coming in to run.
Number 4, Landon Stoddard, running for Carpenter, second base.
So Stoddard will come in to run now. And this is going to be Jessica Davis. Davis, 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI double. So Stoddard coming in to run in this situation. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. Wind starting to pick up here as the Indians lead at 7-0 with 4 runs in the top of the 4th. A big inning here. It's what has been well known for this Andy Kirk coach softball team. You know, at any given time they can explode for multiple runs in an inning, and that's been the case here in the top of the 4th. That pitch across for a strike evens the count now at 1-1 here on Jessica Davis. So Davis lifts this one. Center fielder is going to come up, should have a play on the ball. She will, and will squeeze it for the out. But a big, big inning there for the Indians as they score 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. ICC leads at 7-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. We'll take a break and hear a word from First American National Bank and be back with more right after this.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
We'll let y'all guys listen to this song. If you're not familiar with the name of this song, it's Old Town Road. The reason, one, I think of this song is my family, we live on Old Town Road back in Calhoun County, and the song is just so darn catchy. And it's, of course, been recently remixed with the addition of Billy Ray Cyrus, which takes me back to my childhood, and a lot of us to our childhood as well. So, yeah. It's just a fun song. And so Old Town Road playing here at the ballpark. And it's a big inning for the Indians as they have got 10 hits in the contest. And that's what Coach Rick Collier texted me during the game. He's like, man, enjoying watching these girls hit that ball. And that was a big inning there. 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base as that pitch is inside for a ball. Back to the top of the lineup now here for Co-Lin as this is Callie Fortenberry. At the plate, Fortenberry, Poole, and Walls. As the thing about the game of softball of this Co-Lin team, we talked about the Indians' ability to put runs on the board. Co-Lin is a team that can do the same thing, as they're not number 9 in the country for no reason, as they have been able to have a lot of offensive prowess this season. And so in the back of your mind, if you're an ICC fan, and also if you're a Co-Lin fan watching, you got to know that in a blink of an eye, the Wolves can turn this thing around. There is a slap hit, but it goes foul for strike 2. Umpire wants to take a look at the ball there as he said it seemed like it came off a little funky off the end of the bat that time. Looks it over and gives it back to Olivia. So 7-0 is your score. Let me give ICC that run that they earned there. 4 runs in the top of the 4th inning. We're in the bottom of the 4th now with Fortenberry, the center fielder, leading things off. She walked but was caught stealing in her previous at-bat as that pitch hangs up high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. Well, she kind of tripped up in a little bit of the mud there. The field not in bad condition. Got to give a lot of props to the individuals that worked on the field here to get it in shape considering the rain that was in the area this past week. Of course, this game was originally scheduled for Saturday as that pitch is strike 3. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout from Olivia Burns. That is the 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Renaissance Bank, the best bank in the South. RenaissanceBank.com. Member FDIC. So now this will be Marley Poole coming to the plate. But yeah, to go back to that, this game was originally scheduled for yesterday. Was moved due to weather, and a lot of people don't realize just how much hard work goes into getting a field ready, especially after the rain they had here. So tip of the cap to Co-Lin for having this field in the best possible playing conditioning this afternoon. That first pitch across for a strike, 0-1, is the count here on Poole. She popped up to the pitcher in her first at-bat. That was back in the 1st inning. Change up, waited on it, pops it up. Second baseman Rachel Stranisha takes a few steps back, comes up and squeezes it for out number 2. So 2 away now. And this will be the number 3 batter, Hannah Walls. Great job on that changeup that time by Olivia Burns as Poole did a good job of waiting back on it. Just couldn't quite square it up enough and popped it up. And Rachel Stranisha over at second base took care of business there. So now this will be Hannah Walls. She put a pop on one last time, but it was a squeeze for an out by Hannah Walls. See some of the fans out there in center field for Co-Lin sitting in the back of their truck as this pitch is popped up back, and fan nearly had the handle on it. His little boy was drinking a Sprite, so Dad took one for the team to keep his son from getting hit. He was not dropping that Sprite and was not going to stop drinking it either. So 0-1 is the count. There's a shot. This one's got a chance, and no, it's caught. What a play by Jessica Davis out there in right field. Unfortunately, it was just out of the camera as she was running, looking like a wide receiver. Caught that one over her shoulder, and that was a big-time play there for the Indians. Another 3-up, 3-down inning thanks to that web gem by Jessica Davis. We played 4. ICC leads it 7-0. We'll move to the top of the 5th and be back with more right after this on Let's Go ICC TV and the Co-Lin Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be the 8-9-1 batters due up here for ICC. Ellie Miney, Hope Harbin, and then back to the top of the lineup in Maddie Miney. What a great play by Jessica Davis out there in right field to rob Hannah Walls of an extra base hit. Unfortunately, was out there in right field just off camera. Couldn't quite, I don't think you could have quite saw it on the camera there. Hopefully you did, and I just missed it out of the corner of my eye. So this will be Ellie Miney. She has singled, scored a run, and flew out to left to end the third. She'll be starting us off here in the top of the 5th. Miney takes a look at that pitch, missing low for a ball. 7-0 is your score here. ICC looking to get some more runs on the board and maybe end this one early here in Game 1. 10 hits for the Indians so far in the contest. Ellie looks at that pitch high and inside for a ball. Ellie singled back in the second inning. Her sister Maddie stole second, and on the throw, or after the throw was down, Ellie, showing off she's got pretty good speed herself, was able to come home and score the second run of the ball game. Shows bunt, pulls back and takes it for a strike. 2-1 now is the count here on Ellie. Hope Harbin is on deck, and then Maddie Miney is in the hole as we'll go back to the top of the lineup here in the top of the 5th inning. So 2-1 is the count. No outs with Miney leading us off. Pops this one up. Shortstop's going to jog back. Good pitch out of the hand of Ward. In on the hands of Ellie to pop it up for the first out of the inning. So now this is going to be Hope Harbin. Hope singled, but was erased on a fielder's choice back in the second. She also grounded out on a nice play by Caitlin Ward in the circle back to start that 4-run 4th inning. So 1 out and nobody on now for Hope Harbin, who is playing in center field. She's got a couple of putouts defensively. That pitch just a bit high and outside. Ball 1. Again, remind you to tune in on Tuesday as the softball team will be back in action at home against Holmes. The Fighty Diffies coming to town. 1-0 pitch. This one popped up. Center fielder's jogging back now, dancing a little bit more to her right. And we'll squeeze that for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here. And Caitlin Ward has done a good job of getting her defense to play behind her. And so now this will be Maddie Miney coming to the plate. So there'll be a quick meeting in the circle here. Maddie 2 for 3 on the day. She's reached base all 3 times. She singled, scored a run in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base and was left stranded in the second. She singled, stole a base, and scored another run in the 4th. So the Indians looking to spark the bats again with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. A lot of runs scored in with 2 outs in that previous inning. 2-out hitting is big in the game of softball and baseball. Miney shows bunt, and this one looking like Coach Collier's sand wedge as it hit and backed up about 3 foot. course, the Masters coming up soon out in Augusta. But I tell you, it's just not a good time of year to be Jim Nance. You have to call the men's Final Four, and then once you're done with that, you have to go call the Masters. So I know he's hating life right now as that pitch across for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Maddie Miney. Of course, I say that with extreme sarcasm. Tough loss for Auburn yesterday. Was really hoping that Izzo and Michigan State would find a way to the championship game. That didn't happen either. There's a pitch coming, and there's a shot. And for the third time today, Maddie Miney will reach, and that was going to hop away from her. And that's going to be a double for Maddie Miney. A big-time clutch hit there for the freshman Maddie Miney. Her third hit of the day. So the evil twin, jokingly say, with a 2-out double moves into scoring position, and now this will be Rachel Sternisha. So Sternisha will dig in with 2 outs and a runner at second. Sternisha is 1 for 2 on the day. She had a single, stole the base, and scored a run. It's that off-speed pitch in the dirt. Great job by Sherman
20, Rachel Sternisha,
to block that one up and keep the runner at second. She also had a ICC Baptist Student Union sacrifice bunt back in the first, flew out to left to end the second. So the Indians staring at the 8th run, sitting on second base right now with 2 outs. Co-Lin trying to find the exit here. That pitch finds the zone for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here on Rachel Sternisha. 1-1, 2 outs, and a runner on second. That's Maddie Miney, who doubled after a diving effort by the center fielder, just hopped over her glove. Good job by the left fielder backing her up on the play to hold that to a double. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Runner at second. Rachel Sternisha at the plate. Rachel also from the DeSoto County area, much like Maddie Miney. She's a sophomore playing second base. So that pitch just missing for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. So 3 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. If Sternisha were to find her way on, then it'd be Sam Conley due up next for the Indians. Awaiting this 3-1 pitch here from Ward. Runner at second, that's Maddie Miney. And there's ball 4. So a good eye on the part of Rachel Sternisha that time to draw the walk. And now this is going to bring up Samantha Conley. The Indian fans would love to see her do what she did in her previous at-bat. That was simply an RBI double. She also eventually came around to score a run. ICC scored 2 runs with 2 outs in the previous inning. Scored 1 run with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. So now Conley will dig in. She doubled, has a single. She's also reached on an error, so she's been on base all 3 times today. She's scored a pair of runs and does have 2 RBIs. So that pitch across for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here to Samantha Conley. Conley fouls this one off, and it's going to get out of play, and 0-2 is the count. Good job by Ward quickly getting ahead of Conley in the situation here, trying to find that 3rd out of the inning. So Samantha Conley catching, batting in that 3 spot, trying to come up with another clutch 2-out hit here for the Indians. So waiting the pitch here for Ward. Conley reaches out, fouls this one off. It's going to hop and, tattoos a truck out there. About another 2 or 3 inches up, it would have hit the tail light of the truck, and that would have been a bad day. So the count stays 0-2 with that foul ball. Waiting this 0-2 opportunity here. Conley going to have to protect the plate. Conley jammed on this one. Second baseman's going to drift back and will squeeze it for the out. And for the first time this afternoon, The Indians do not put a run on the board as they get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. 7-0 is your score as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll take a break and hear a word from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back now as we shift to the bottom of the 5th inning. 7-0 ICC with the lead. And for Co-Lin, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up. Sherman, Ashley, and McMillan. Sherman flew out to left in foul territory in her first at bat. Ashley grounded back to the pitcher on a nice play by Olivia Burns. And then McMillan flew out to center for a 3-up, 3-down second inning. So Sherman at the plate. As that pitch drifts high for a ball. Olivia Burns still in the circle here. Working with a 7-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. As we said, this Co-Lin team is one that can pile runs on the board in a hurry. That pitch in on the hands, fouled back for a strike. Evens with the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs. As this pitch way back and out of play. And nearly hit that truck again.
Come on, Juju. Let's get a rip. Come on.
So Sherman at the plate. She's catching today, and she has done an outstanding job behind the plate as she has been active, trying to keep some balls in the dirt in front of her, and she's done a good job so far this afternoon. Change up. Waited back on it and fouls it off. 1-2 now is the count here on Sherman. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs as Sherman leads us off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. For the first time today, ICC goes scoreless in an inning as they do not put any runs on the board in the top of the 5th. This pitch coming, foul back, and it stays back, and that one rolls underneath the Yukon. More fans making their way into the ballpark. As we said, we anticipated more people to come out as they get out of church, go eat Sunday afternoon lunch, and come out for a pretty nice day at the ballpark. Cloudy, not too bad sunny. There's a constant breeze that kind of cuts into a little bit of the mugginess. And there's strike 3. You can't see me. As that one goes for another Renaissance Bank strikeout. The 4th of the day for Olivia Burns. 1 out now. And this is going to bring up Harmony Ashley.
Number 4, Harmony Ashley.
So Ashley will dig in. She grounded out to the pitcher in her previous at-bat. Listen to that pitch, missing low for a ball. Good eye on the part of Ashley that time. She's a DP, batting in that 5 spot. .1-0 is the count. Olivia Burns in the circle. No changes for the Indians defensively. This pitch popped up. Maddie Miney calling everyone off, and we'll squeeze it for out number 2. Can of corn that time reeled in by Maddie Miney for the second out of the inning. And now this is going to bring up Delaney McMillan.
Number 10, Delaney McMillan. Come on, D. Come on, D.
So with 2 outs now, McMillan will come in. She flew out to center field to end the second in her first at bat of the day. So we're in the bottom of the 5th, 7-0. ICC with the lead here over Co-Lin. That pitch across for a strike. Well, good job by Burns going after the batter on the first pitch and painting that corner for a strike. 0-1 now is the count. That pitch just missing low for a ball. 1-1 is the count. As we said, that umpire does not like low pitches today. And that's typically not a good sign for pitchers, because if you have to work up in the zone, usually somewhere around the lower part of the waist area, maybe upper thighs, to be able to get a strike call. A changeup, and boy, that was a beauty. Just fell right into the strike zone. 1-2 now is the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch coming from Burns. This one fouled off. And a nice job that time by McMillan. She had to protect the plate. Couldn't get one she could square up solid, but was able to find contact. Foul that one off and keep the at-bat alive here. So 1-2 is the count. Here on McMillan, the second baseman. She's got a couple of putouts in the contest. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch. Grounder. Shortstop Maddie Miney gets it, throws it over in time for the putout. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Wolves in the bottom of the 5th. 1 Renaissance Bank strikeout credited to Olivia Burns, her 4th of the day. We're going to take a timeout, hear a few words from all of our sponsors, and come back with the top of the 6th inning. Due up for the Indians, Summer Kreider, Macy Cox, and Casey Carpenter. Back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 6th inning. Summer Kreider, who is 0 for 2 on the day with the walk, will start us off here in the top of the 6th. 7-0 is your score. ICC with the lead here in Game 1. 2 games scheduled here in Wesson this afternoon. This doubleheader was originally scheduled for Saturday, pushed back due to rain. So Kreider stands in, takes that pitch high for a ball. Well, ICC's back home on Tuesday. If you want to come watch ICC in person, you can keep up their schedule by visiting the award-winning athletic website, letsgoicc.com. Go to the schedule page. You'll see scores, stats, recaps, as that pitch missing outside for a ball. We'll also have links to highlight videos as well as upcoming live streams here on the ICC Sports Network. So 2-0 is the count. Is that pitch? But he called a strike. 2-1 is the count. Heard a few moans out of the ICC faithful here below us, but as we said, he's been calling those pitches up all day today. So 2-1 is the count now. Here to Summer Kreider. She's playing third base. One put out today, actually, and an assist from Kreider. Kreider rips one. Third baseman gets it. Tough play. Throw over in the dirt, but hops in there in time for the putout. 5-3 to retire Kreider. One of those that it just took a good hop, a good patient read over there at first base by Marley Poole, able to get it off the hop, and now
Number 30,
Macy Cox will re-enter the contest here. She was ran for by Lily Moore back in the 4th, so she will re-enter here in the top of the 6th. So Macy Cox at the plate. 1 out. And nobody on here. Wind blowing out to left center. Macy looks at that pitch across for a ball. 1-0 now is the count. Is Casey Carpenter on deck. She's doubled today. Macy is 1 for 2 with a walk. Had an RBI single. Her runner, Lily Moore, scored back in the 4th inning, part of that 4-run 4th inning. ICC scored 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and then 4 in the 4th, and they lead at 7-0. We'll try to give you the scoring recap in between innings here. As this is Caitlin Ward in the circle, working with a 1-1 count after that foul ball. That pitch, missing low for a ball. Well, again, as we said, at the conclusion of today's game, we'll move into the Renaissance Bank postgame report. We'll name our Sonic star of the game, take a look at some final stats of the game, and then about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game, we'll start game 2. So that pitch, missing outside, 3-1 is the count. So there is 1 out in the inning. Macy at the plate with a 3-1 opportunity here. She did walk back in the 3rd, left stranded in scoring position. So waiting the pitch here from Ward. And that one right down Broadway as Cox was taking the whole way that time. Great job by Caitlin Ward to come back and zip that one in there and fill up the count now at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and nobody on here in the top of the 6th inning. ICC leading 7-0. So Cox will await the pitch. Reaches out, finds one, and fouls it off. Back off the arm of Sherman. A good job by the home plate umpire. Just going to walk the ball. Going to walk the ball out there to the pitcher. Give the catcher a little bit of time to kind of gather herself. She is smiling behind home plate. As the foul ball popped up, it looked like it either got her on the shoulder or maybe the arm. So the home plate umpire checks with her. She says he's okay. If not, she needed a little bit extra time. He probably would have dusted off the plate for her. So just a little about the inside part of the game there. Being presented to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. 3-2 pitch coming. Macy, slow roller. Great play by Ward to scoop it up and toss it over in time. 1-3 on the putout of Macy Cox, and now there's 2 outs. Tough play that time as the ball was just in the reach of the pitcher. She was able to come up with it. And then when she lunged to get the ball, she kind of lost her balance, but had enough wherewithal to be able to stand up, get her balance, and make a good throw over in time for out number 2. So now this is going to be Casey Carpenter. She doubled to drive in a run. Her courtesy runner, Landon Stoddard, was left stranded. Or not courtesy runner, her runner was left stranded. As I don't know where that one missed. A good-looking pitch there, called a ball. 1-0 is the count with 2 outs. So she's 1 for 3 on the day. A double, an RBI. She struck out to end the 1st, popped up in foul territory, and was recorded out by the catcher. So 1-0 is the count here to Carpenter. That pitch missing inside. 2-0 now is the count. Breeze picking up and blowing through the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Find out how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College by visiting iccms.edu or following ICC Alumni on Facebook. Carpenter puts the charge into one. Right fielder, though, is going to drift back and makes the play. So for the first time this afternoon, the Indians go 3 up, 3 down. In the top of the 6th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th inning. ICC leads it 7-0. But before we do that, we're going to hear a word from Little Caesars and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, You can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say. It's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza. Then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza. My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done.
Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the 6th inning. I'm going to have to stop playing these commercials with food in them. My light breakfast has, well, I say light breakfast, this was a banana nut muffin at the hotel. That wore off quickly. And my meal last night, well, I can't really talk about them because they're not a sponsor, but I went out to a restaurant in Brookhaven, and how can I kind of slightly tell you where I went to eat? Okay, it's named after the state that is the home of the Atlanta Braves, and my favorite color, blue. So just put those two together. That's where I had supper last night. I had the red beans and rice with a couple of baseball parents, and tell you what, it was the best red beans and rice I've had in my life. So yeah, for softball parents, if you know where the girls ate last night in Flowood, I ate the one in Brookhaven. You want to go there. So this is Carly Polk at the plate. Takes that first pitch inside for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Polk. She struck out looking. Fouls this one back and even up the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs as Polk starts this off. It's Polk, Heyman, and Pettit. 2 up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Co-Lin trying to spark the bats here, see if they can get a rally going. As this one fouled back, and now the count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. That's a good job finding a piece of that rise ball that time by Polk to foul it off. So waiting this pitch here, 1-2 is the count. Change up that drifts outside, evens the count now at 2-2. Not a bad spot to miss that time by Olivia to see if you can get her to chase one out of the box, but a great eye on the part of Carly Polk to even the count now at 2-2. This pitch lifted, center fielder Hope Harbin calling everyone off and squeezes it for the out. So that's going to be the 4th time today that Hope Harbin has recorded a putout.
23, Caitlin Heyman.
And now this will be Caitlin Heyman. Heyman struck out looking in her first at bat of the day. She'll dig in here with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the 6th inning. Couldn't catch up with the fastball that time. Swung on and missed. 0-1 is the count here to Caitlin Heyman. Heyman playing in left field. She's got 2 putouts on the afternoon. One of them saved a run back in the 2nd as that pitch across for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here on Caitlin Heyman. As we said, can't confirm if she is kin to Paul Heyman or not. 0-2 pitch coming. Just missing outside. Not a bad spot to miss. Good eye on the part of Caitlin Heyman. So the count now goes 1-2 here on Heyman. So waiting the 1-2 pitch here. Swung on and missed for the Renaissance Bank strikeout. 5-time Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Olivia Burns. So now with 2 away, this will bring up Tori Pettit, the number 9 batter. 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. I hope somebody who doesn't follow me on Twitter has caught my references today. I try to, one thing I do with my broadcast, I got some friends that watch from time to time, and I just throw in random references throughout the day. And I think if you know me, and of course I've already said what it was going to be on my Twitter account. If you want to follow me at Gore Sports, that's where I'm at, is 0-1 after that foul ball. That pitch high and couldn't get it. 1-1 now is the count here on Tori Pettit. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. The Indians lead it 7-0. That pitch missing low for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Great crowd continues to fill the ballpark here. Great support of Co-Lin out today. ICC also having a good crowd out this afternoon, as always. That's one thing with all of our athletics at ICC. And there is a strike. That should be strike 3, or at least that's what it had, 2 strikes on the board. Nope, now it's the 2nd strike. So 2-2 is the count. And this one fouled back. Nice job that time by Pettit to find a piece of it to keep the at-bat alive here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Nobody on base here for the Wolves. So winning this 2-2 offering here from Olivia Burns. Pitch coming. This one foul and out of play, and we'll stay at 2-2 again. A little off-speed pitch that time out of the hands of Olivia Burns as Pettit was ahead of that one. Pulls that one foul. So she'll see new life here with the 2-2 count. So game 1 here between ICC and Co-Lin. 7-0. The Indians with the lead. We're in the bottom of the 6th. This one fouled back out of play. And that one's going to land between 2 vehicles. And so, once again, a nice at-bat here. Tori Pettit battling, trying to find a way to win the battle here. Is Pettit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And that pitch missing high now. 3-2 is the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Three-two offering coming. Ground ball, third baseman Kreider gets it. Throw over in time for the putout. And another 3 up, 3 down inning. Score that one 5-3 for those of you that are scoring at home. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We played 6, and ICC leads it 7-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and the Co-Lin Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
And welcome back to action as we now move to the top of the 7th inning. ICC with a 7-0 lead here. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up here. Jessica Davis, Ellie Miney, and Hope Harbin scheduled up for the Indians. Hey, before we get things started here, I got to give another shout out my buddy JoJo, Jordan Adams, watching back in Guntown, cheering on the Indians with his family today. Bunt laid down by Davis, going to have to hurry. Throw over is just in time. Well, they tried to get the surprise bunt down that time, but it was fielded beautifully on the part of Caitlin Ward to get the put out 1-3. It looks like we may have a change here. And yes, it is. It's going to be Joanna Vasquez. Joanna Vasquez coming to the plate. Getting her first at bat today. She'll be batting in place of Ellie Miney. So JoJo, she had a grand slam against Mississippi Delta.
Pinch hitter number 2, Joanna Vasquez.
In a pitch hit situation. The first pitch she saw, she hit her second grand slam of the year. Out at Delta, the Indians took care of business with a sweep of the Trojans. So she'll dig in here with 1 out and nobody on. And that pitch across for a strike out of the hands of Ward. 7-0 is your score. Joanna Vasquez at the plate. 0-1 is the count. Hope Harbin is on deck. So JoJo getting her first at bat today. So when I say JoJo, that's what I also call my buddy Jordan Adams. So 2 JoJo's references this inning. Change up, and that was a beauty. Across for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Vasquez. So 0-2 is the count. There is only 1 out here in the inning. Nobody on after a ground out to the pitcher by Jessica Davis for the first out of the inning. JoJo rips one, and it's off the glove of a diving third baseman, and that's going to go as a base hit. Vasquez, once again, clutch in a pitch hit situation. Tough play at third base. She did a good job of getting a glove on it. Was just hit pretty hard that time. And now we're going to have another batter coming in for ICC. This is going to be Maggie Smithy. Maggie Smithy will now bat in place of Hope Harbin with 1 out and a runner on first base. Go back and look at that hit by JoJo. Of course, when I talk about JoJo, you know, I talk about the story of what I refer to in Maddie and Ellie Miney, who, by the way, Maddie Miney is on deck. But JoJo and I, she's a sophomore, and for some reason, every time she sees me, she calls me friend, and so that's what we call each other, is friend. I've been called a lot worse in life, trust me, and by my mother. But yeah, so if somebody wants to call me friend, that's perfectly okay. So that pitch across for a strike here to Maggie Smithy. Maggie getting her first bat of the day. She is a freshman out of Ingomar High School. Of course, Ingomar, well known for basketball and historic basketball coach, legendary basketball coach. There's a liner over to first, and a great play by the first baseman to knock that one down, keep it nearer, and able to step on the bag was Marley Poole. Vasquez to second now with 2 outs. But yeah, going back to finish that, of course, everybody knows Ingomar basketball, knows Coach Norris Ashley. I've had the privilege to cover him throughout many years, and a guy that not only can I call coach, but can call a good friend of mine. A young time in my career, he was able to give me a lot of valuable advice, not only for my career, but also life that I still try to follow today. So with 2 outs and a runner on second, this is Maddie Miney. She takes that pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Maddie. She has been a tough out today. She has reached base all 4 times. She's 3 of 4. She's doubled, had a pair of singles. She's reached on a fielder's choice, stole 2 bases, and also has scored 2 runs. As that pitch across for a strike, evens the count now at 1-1. Probably in her spare time has taken the phone away from Madison Haley and running Twitter today. Madison doing a great job taking care of Twitter. 1-1 is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, and a runner is at second. That's Vasquez. Change up that hangs up for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Well, we talked about the next time you can watch the Indians is on Tuesday here on the Red Channel when they take on Holmes. You can check out the ICC baseball team as they travel to the land that we do not speak of, Boonville, as they take on Northeast in a crucial MACJC doubleheader. Is that pitch? I don't know where it missed, folks, but it goes for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. So 3-1 now is the count here to Maddie Miney. Can she reach base for a 5th time today? You hear the chance of ball 4 coming from the dugout of the Indians. Ward set to deliver. And that's a beautiful pitch from Ward. Just loads up and zips that one right down the middle to force the count to go full now at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second. ICC leading 7-0 here in the top of the 7th inning. So waiting the payoff pitch here. Monty at the plate. Rips one, but another great play inside the circle. And for the first time today, Miney is retired, 1-3 on the putout. So the Indians get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Can the Indians find a way to hang on and pick up the win here in Game 1? We'll find out. But before we do that, let's take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC and Co-Lin Sports Networks.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. It's like real comfort food.
I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in!
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos Chili Pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 7-0 is your score as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Co-Lin to their final 3 outs of the game. As we said, this is a very good Co-Lin team, and they can explode for multiple runs at any time. And, of course, when you play in the MACJC, you know it's not over until it's over. 7-0 is the lead, ICC. It'll be Fortenberry, Poole, and Walls due up, the 1-2-3 batters. Fortenberry is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. She did walk, but she was erased on a nice play by Samantha Conley to catch the runner stealing in the first inning. She struck out looking for the 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. RenaissanceBank.com, member FDIC. So Fortenberry starting things off here. That pitch missing outside for a ball. As we said, that outside corner, especially on the against left-handed batter, has not been there today. And that is really all you want is some consistency out of the home plate umpire, and we've got it. So 1-0 is the count here to Fortenberry. Fortenberry lifts one, and that's going to drop for a hit. Well, now I can say it. That breaks up the no-hitter. As the first hit of the day here for Co-Lin, Olivia Burns was quite dealing all the way up to there, and just a nice job on the part of Fortenberry to lift that one over the head of the infield and just put it where they ain't, as they say, as that one drops in the gap for a single. The first hit of the day, so 12 straight batters were retired after, as we said, a pickoff move to erase Fortenberry in the first. So that breaks up the no-no for Olivia. This pitch lifted, center fielder Hope Harbin goes back, runs up a little bit, and squeeze it for the out number 1 now. The Indians just need 2 more outs away to pick up the win here in the first game of the day. This doubleheader being brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Remember to stay tuned. After the game for the Renaissance Bank postgame report, we'll have our Sonic player of the game, also stats, and much more here. Part of the part of the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Of course, those stats being brought to you by Little Caesars in our postgame report. Change up, and it's a beauty, but called us a ball. Do not know where that one missed, as I guess that one just dropped a little bit too low for the umpire's liking. 1-0 is the count. Runner at first. That's Callie Fortenberry, who started the inning off with the first hit of the day. It was a single out to the gap in left. This pitch fouled back. 1-1 is the count. Boy, that was a big-time cut on the part of Hannah Walls. She is flown out to center and was robbed of an extra base hit by Jessica Davis to end the fourth. It was a great play by Davis, and going to have to go back and watch the game again to see if she might have been in frame of the camera. If she was, that will be a early nominee for Wednesday's What a Play Wednesday. So that pitch missing high, 2-1 now, is the count here to Hannah Walls, the shortstop. So 2-1 is the count, one out, runner at first, 7-0. ICC with the lead here in the bottom of the seventh. Changeup, it's there. This time called a strike, 2-2 now is the count. Coach Harmon going to come down and politely tell the coach, hey, if it wasn't a strike the first time, it shouldn't have been a strike the second time. The home plate umpire looked at her and then just turned his head. 2-2 pitch. This one popped up. Maddie Miney drifting over and will make the play in shallow left for the second out of the inning. And now this is going to bring up Sherman, the catcher. Sherman has been great behind the plate today. She has been busy having to get after some balls in the dirt. Didn't let any of them get by and allow any runners to advance on a wild pitch or a pass ball. So Sherman's been lights out at the plate. She's behind the plate. At the plate, she's 0-2 with a strikeout. That pitch missing for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Sherman. There's 2 outs in the inning now, and a runner at first. That's Callie Fortenberry. Broke up the no-hitter with a leadoff single to start this inning. And there's a check swing foul ball. 1-1 now is the count. Conley checks back at the home plate umpire, make sure he's okay after being hit with that one, but it came off a shin guard. He said, I'm good. Play ball. 1-1 now is the count, 2 away. Indians looking for the final out of the contest to pick up this win, 7-0. As this pitch lifted but foul and out of play. Oh, somebody just parked their truck there, but it gets out of the way. Almost put that one in the back of the truck there. I believe that's a Ford, and if it is, remember to go by and see your friendly Ford dealership in Fulton Davis Ford for your next new used automobile. The folks at Davis Ford would like to help you out there. DavisFordSales.com. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Pitch coming is high and outside. Runner was almost going that time. Carpenter not covering the bag with only 2 outs and a runner on. Then a runner, if that run scores, really doesn't mean anything. But if she was there, she possibly could have got the throw down for the final out. Conley held on to it. 2-2 now is the count here to Sherman. 2-2 pitch coming, and there's strike 3. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout there, and the Indians win it in impressive fashion. A one-hitter tossed by Olivia Burns, and that hit did not come to the 7th inning as ICC gets the 7-0 victory here. That was the 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Olivia Burns. We'll take a timeout and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Talk about our Sonic star of the game. I think you might know who that is. As we'll be back with more right after this on the ICC and Co-Lin Sports Networks.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC wins it 7-0 here in game 1. Madison Haley making her way up after running Twitter today, so we'll get Madison's take on the ball game here in a moment. Let's take a look at today's final line. ICC scores 7 runs on 11 hits, no errors. And the Co-Lin Wolves, they got no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. That 1 hit coming in the top of the 7th. So Madison, typically known for What a Play Wednesday, talked about the game and what you saw of the Indians today.
Well, just being in the dugout, doing the book, I could just tell from the very beginning the girls were just ready to play. They were all hyped up. They were super loud in the dugout, and it showed just inning by inning. We came out. There was only, I think, 1 or 2 innings that we didn't score. But other than that, they did their job at the plate. They did their job definitely in the on the defense. Every single inning up until that last inning, they only allowed 3 batters. And even maybe even that last inning, they still only had 3 batters, and Olivia Burns only gave up that 1 hit. So it was just a great day to be an Indian.
Absolutely. Let's talk about our Sonic star of the game. That is going to be Olivia Burns, as she did give up 1 hit on the day. She threw a no-hitter, struck out 6 for the Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the day. And, of course, we talked about your What a Play Wednesday. I'm going to have to go back and look on the film. Hopefully I got Jessica Davis's catch out in right field that really cut down a pair of runs, or actually kind of shifted momentum the way of the Indians. Jessica making a great play out there in right field.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Like, it's just that perfect running back, grabbing that, saving a couple runs. You know, like I said, the Indians just came out and did what they were supposed to do today.
Let's take a look at some Sonic stats now. We're going to start with Co-Lin, and all you really got to talk about is Kaylee Fortenberry. She had the only hit for the day. For the Indians, it was Maddie Miney. She was 3 for 5 at the plate. She had a pair of singles, 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases, and also had a double. She reached on a fielder's choice. For Rachel Stranisha, she was 1 for 2 on the day. She singled, stole a base, scored a run. She walked and had a sacrifice bunt as well. Samantha Conley, she reached 3 times, once on an error, as she was 2 for 4 on the day with a double and RBI. She actually had 2 RBIs, so she had an RBI single. Back in the first, she did score 2 runs. Summer Kreider, 0 for 3 with a walk. It was Macy Cox, as she was 1 for 3 with the walk. She did reach on a fielder's choice, had an RBI. Her runner coming into the game, Lily Moore, did score a run. Macy Carpenter was 1 for 4 on the day with an RBI double. She struck out. Jessica Davis had an RBI double as well. She was 1 for 4 on the day. Ellie Miney was 1 for 3. She did score a run after her sister Maddie Miney stole a base. She was able to come home in a hurry and score the second run of the game in the second. Joanna Vasquez was 1 for 1 of the day. And then Hope Harbin was 1 for 3. She had a single, and she was 1 for 3. And then Maggie Smithy 0 for 1. Fran is watching, as she just texted in. I was going to try to say your full name, Fran. I'm not going to try to do it there. So she says, I vote Jessica needs that What a Play Wednesday. So she says, please. So, Fran, it's your world. We're just living in it. So that's going to do it here for Game 1. Any final thoughts?
Let's just go out and get this second win and just play like we know how to play, just like we did that first game.
So that's Madison Haley. I'm Adam Gore. We'll take a break and be back in about 20 minutes here with Game 2 between Co-Lin and ICC. Back in 20 minutes on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.